Buddy of mine's doing 10 to 20 upstate for cracking the mainframe on the Pentagon 2 years ago.
Child hooked up to a mainframe.
The computer mainframe.
Friend here, let me access the mainframe.
Full reset wipes the ship's mainframe back to its original settings.
Mainframe machine.
A whole bunch of them were downloaded off the mainframe.
Access codes to the Zion mainframe.
Access to mainframe confirmed. Access to mainframe denied. Access to mainframe denied.
Access to the mainframe.
Access USR mainframe.
Accessing mainframe security.
According to the computer guy, we're over by the mainframe.
Again, records are synced back to the mainframe.
Algorithms on the mainframe.
All other access points to the Pearl mainframe have been encrypted.
All right, first we isolate a copy of the file from the mainframe.
All the surveillance footage was wiped from the mainframe.
All right, the mainframe is located in the chest cavity of the robot.
Although this appears to be an ordinary sports code, it is in reality a size 40 regular megabyte mainframe computer.
And beyond that, he hacked into an ironclad mainframe to shut us down.
And Josh is the head of Mainframe, which takes kids and gives them the opportunity to work and play with the latest tech.
And Mainframe multimedia communication infrastructure with online e-test backup.
And on the left is the program as it's installed on the mainframe now.
And once I download this into Shuko's mainframe, it should start a gang mutiny.
Once I'm inside the mainframe, I'll have access to over 5,000 other databases.
And once it does, it uploads a virus that gains full control of that specific mainframe.
And short-circuit your mainframe, leaving your useless metal box floating helplessly in space until you collide with an asteroid.
And this is where he discharges learned information into the mainframe memory.
And we've installed a tie-in to the mainframe, so you'll have as much computer power as you could possibly want.
And what better way to earn his trust than to break into his building in the middle of the night and mess with his state-of-the-art mainframe?
And your job is to get the cabling diagrams to Pitney Bowes, so when the time comes, we have a sorter to hook up to the mainframe.
Anderson, can you access the ship's mainframe?
Andy, I need you to get back into the mainframe, okay?
Are the electrical engineers still at the mainframe?
Attempting to access our mainframe.
Attention, attention, all chapels and choirs of the papal mainframe.
BNR's mainframe network is a beast, and we've spent the last 10 months probing.
Baxter has to have a backup, and I bet it's on the mainframe at TCRI.
Before the recall, I accessed the mainframe.
Blood is the life through the mainframe.
Breakers have exited the mainframe tunnel.
But by the divine grant of the papal mainframe herself.
The arena's mainframe for the obedience discs have been deactivated and the slaves have armed themselves.
Bypass the ship's mainframe.
Can I use the university's mainframe?
Can you access the Star Labs mainframe from here? Can you access the Star Labs mainframe from here? Can you access the Star Labs mainframe from here?
Can you get into the ZTU mainframe?
No.
Can you rewire a mainframe while being shot at?
Can you run a timeline projection on your mainframe?
Captain, why don't you cross-check that bastard's profile with the mainframe at Langley?
Church of the Papal Mainframe, security hub of the known universe.
Clara, this is Tasha Lem, the head of the Church of the Papal Mainframe. Tash.
Cylons are hacking our network, attempting to access our mainframe.
Data from the mainframe, ready to commence.
Delivers a massive electrical charge, scrambles the mainframe and forces it to reboot.
Department of Defense Security mainframe.
Did you check the mainframe, Eric?
Did you let someone into the defense mainframe?
Do you have access to a mainframe?
Edward was able to repair my mainframe, so I am very happy to be your wake-up call today.
Erase the files from the mainframe there, then transport it all here personally.
Eric, it's probably just a bug in the mainframe.
Every time you screw around, it rains down debris on the mainframe.
Fort Meade has 18 acres of mainframe computers underground.
From there, you have unlimited entry into the bank's mainframe. So there's no more working around passwords, no hacking, and it's straight in, nice and clean.
Get me the police mainframe computer.
Get to the mainframe!
Give a full electrical surge to the dish's mainframe.
God damn it, you're in the mainframe.
Gotta get with the mainframe and figure out the details.
Gotta change polarity on a bunch of circuits or fry the mainframe.
Hack into the Avanti mainframe and initiate the tracking extension.
You fixed the mainframe yet?
You broke into the mainframe computer lab, tripped off an alarm, security came, and there was a chase.
He can't hack my mainframe.
He crashed the mainframe computer at work before I could retrieve anything.
He has done many favors for our order, including a mainframe processor that must be seen to be believed.
He sent a couple messages last night, then deleted the log entries from the mainframe, but he forgot the backup.
He thinks he took me out of the loop, but as long as I have a computer, I can still access most of what's in the mainframe.
He told me I had to create a virus, upload it to Custodes' mainframe, or he'd take everything from me. Make sure I was sent back to prison.
He wants to free the other killers from the mainframe.
He's headed towards the mainframe.
what's inside that mainframe.
He's locked us out of the mainframe.
He's overridden the doors from the mainframe.
Your mind essentially remains intact inside the mainframe right up until the moment before the accident.
Hey, Dr. Gibbs, your batch is up on the mainframe.
Hey, man. Someone just hacked into your mainframe.
Hey, Yo-Yo, I'm putting this up on the mainframe, so consider yourself warned.
How can one man defeat the never-ending mainframe?
I am unable to access the mainframe.
I believe the alien is attempting to return to the mainframe.
I bought the mainframe.
I can check with the mainframe system.
I can hack into the DMV mainframe. I can hack into the DMV mainframe. I can hack into the DMV mainframe.
Can't lower the mainframe panel!
I can't seem to access her mainframe.
I don't know if somebody hacked into the mainframe, but
I enabled Wesker to hack the mainframe.
I fixed the mainframe.
I got a whole suite full of mainframe computers.
I hacked into the company mainframe and I turned on your webcam.
I hacked into the mainframe at the bank.
I hacked into the mainframe of the Bundesnachrichtendienst.
I have friends trapped in your mainframe prison.
I have the codes, backdoor access to the mainframe, and a private transport.
I just got mainframe up and running.
I love being Regina's mainframe computer.
I need broadcast to all frequencies and direct contact to the mainframe.
I need more time to rewire the mainframe to sync it with our original coordinates.
I need to access Storm Hazard's mainframe.
I need to find a computer connected to the mainframe.
I need to get into your mainframe.
I need you to hack into the CI's mainframe and download every piece of information you can on Project Redship.
I retrofitted the mainframe.
I saw a message on Josh's phone from his assistant saying that Mainframe is a better charity because all we do is plant tomatoes.
I see a lot of mainframe experience here.
I sent an engineer to check the mainframe.
I sent Eric to run a mainframe diagnostic.
I simply had to merge the new database into the mainframe host processor.
I think I stopped the virus before it infected the mainframe back at my lab, but we can't risk using it until my people have gone over every line of code.
I think they're tracking me through my mainframe uplink.
I tried to get in a little extra time in the mainframe.
I uploaded an image on the system mainframe.
I want you to log out of the mainframe. Hang up, turn off your cell.
I want you to take this, upload it into the mainframe system here.
I was accessing the mainframe.
I was backtracking some info from the mainframe, and everything she says lines up.
I was clearly signed up to use the mainframe in Buckman 204, and Dr. Winkle just wantonly ripped the sign-up sheet off the wall.
Talking about the mainframe.
I was using the university's mainframe and they asked me to leave.
I work right next to the mainframe sites.
I'll be at the mainframe.
I'll go nuke us up at the mainframe, and you keep this fucking thing off our backs. Deal?
I'll go to the mainframe.
I'll hack the mainframe to filter the signal.
I'm part of the mainframe.
I'm getting into the mainframe.
I'm gonna have to take the mainframe. I'm going to project myself into the mainframe computer.
I'm having some trouble accessing some files on the mainframe.
I'm in the mainframe now.
I'm into the CCTV mainframe.
I'm sure I can find us a used mainframe.
I'm through the firewall and into the Galileo's mainframe.
I'm uploading malware to the NSA's mainframe.
I've got a warp star wired into the mainframe.
I've got to break into the mainframe.
I've hacked the mainframe of every news agency and outlet.
IBM decimated your mainframe business.
IBM 3033 mainframe. It's a...
If an agent got the codes and got into Zion's mainframe, they could destroy us.
If I can hack my way into the mainframe computer, I can override the ride controls and shut them down.
If I can just hack the mainframe.
If I can rebuild the mainframe, we should be able to broadcast our location.
If I unplug the weapon CPUs from the mainframe, it'll trigger the failsafe launch.
If she blows the mainframe, we have no idea what trigger effect it's gonna have.
Something happened to the 5G stations in the city, like a power outage, or maybe the mainframe got fried.
If that little thingamabob is all that, like you say it is, why don't you just use that to destroy Saber's mainframe?
If they're such highly evolved, intelligent beings, why don't they simply tap into our space station mainframe and take the charts they need?
If we bypass their mainframe and direct route to the Homer cluster, we can clock this at around 600 teraflops.
If you hadn't broken into that DHS mainframe.
If you need a direct patch, then you'll also need someone to map out the mainframe to send out the data bomb.
IMF mainframe.
In the time that followed, the papal mainframe strove to maintain the peace between the Doctor and his enemies. In time, when all other races had retreated or burned, only the Church of the Mainframe remained in the path of the Daleks.
Interface this to the mainframe host.
It has a direct link to the Red Star mainframe.
We have to be hooked into the mainframe.
Patches the programming as the commands of the mainframe change.
It seems that the computer mainframe is convinced that we're all still active government agents.
It shows the Doctor entering the mainframe without permission the day before the attack. It shows the Doctor entering the mainframe without permission the day before the attack. It was captured from a security camera in the defense mainframe on Caprica. It was captured from the security camera in the defense mainframe on Caprica.
It was just a mainframe glitch.
It was never meant to infiltrate the enemy's mainframe.
It'll get you into the mainframe, and it'll get you past the internal security.
It'll take him a couple of hours to reroute it, which buys us enough time for you to get me into Valentine's mainframe so I can shut it down.
It's a mainframe computer company.
It's one thing to hack into their comms and cameras, but the shields are controlled by the internal mainframe.
It's just that Henderson will be chairing that meeting on the mainframe today, and I wish I was there.
Jack, I know I'm not the expert, but if this is the uplink to their mainframe, couldn't they get a fix on us while we're in here?
Java, mainframe, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
Joel, what about this mainframe thing?
Just before midnight, local time, they're gonna shut down the mainframe in each zone for 30 seconds.
Just before the Cylon attack, the entire defense mainframe was destroyed by this device.
Just give me 6 months in the CIA mainframe.
Just hack into the ISB mainframe, trace her IP address to the beta synapse, and we're back in boyfriend business, baby.
Just thought you should know Hammond ordered the mainframe thing in the Malprim destroyed.
Last night it sent me to Amtrak Central Mainframe and then the Mayo Clinic, neither of them on the same subnet.
Let me get over to the mainframe.
Hack into the mainframe and get an ID on that license plate?
Let's reboot the mainframe. Let's reboot the mainframe.
See, you don't understand how a mainframe works.
Listen, we need to get to the mainframe.
Look, Dante's trying to get to the mainframe.
Look, if we can't bring the mainframe to mutiny, maybe...
Look, you need to invest in some improvements in the mainframe room.
Looks like they dumped their entire mainframe onto our fax and into our computers.
Mainframe.
Mainframe, and then the system mainframe then sends out a signal which orders the machines to shut down.
Mainframe boot sequence complete.
Mainframe boot verification.
Mainframe breach in engineering.
Mainframe computer, the labs, the machine shops.
Mainframe is beyond excited to be in the mix.
Mainframe override.
Mainframe quality security for your personal computer.
Mainframe right here, Quadrium processor.
Mainframe up, please. Mainframe wins most of what we go after.
Maybe hack into the mainframe?
Meanwhile, Clank will disable all the other weapons by hacking into the mainframe.
Medusa transmitted itself to a different mainframe.
Meet me in the mainframe room.
Memory mainframe.
Memory mainframe while we were on emergency power.
My spiders have control of the mainframe.
Neochrome's on the mainframe. That's some serious trouble.
Never used mainframe previous, although that now...
New York's mainframe offline for 2 days. Next for Cube's overrides, we'll need to access the service mainframe, which is located underneath the building.
He said it might be an issue with how the mainframe, how it connects to the lenses.
No mainframe, no database.
No obvious mainframe breaches, no embedded viruses or brute force attacks from the outside.
No, why would I not like mainframe?
Not just in a mainframe, but in something that you believe in, or...
Well, for example, we have a mainframe computer and you don't.
We need those 30 seconds to patch into the mainframe.
Fox used us to tap into Red Star's mainframe, not to get back his software.
Oh, just running a diagnostic on the mainframe.
Okay, I'll just enter that into the mainframe, and clackety clack clack, and none of this is helpful.
Okay, people, we have a major breach of our classified mainframe.
So we just need to bypass the mainframe and the password should come up in no time.
Okay, this looks like it controls the cooling system for the mainframe, which should be...
Okay, this processor is designed to wirelessly connect and hack into a specific mainframe.
Once I get the mainframe solid, I was thinking...
access to a mainframe.
One of those repairs must have activated the mainframe uplink. Only 2 directors at Red Star have access to the mainframe room.
Our computer system isn't even connected to the CIA mainframe.
Our mainframe has crashed.
Our shows were recorded digitally and stored on the station's mainframe, and only Ron had the password to download them.
Over here is Jackbooth Central, DOD, NORAD, the NSA, and I printed out all the directories for every mainframe on the network.
People mainframe.
Perhaps your mainframe database and current prototype might somehow, shall we say, be available?
Plug into the mainframe, Robo.
Poking around inside the defense mainframe?
Priority access to the mainframe for 2 days, maybe 3.
Protects the mainframe in case of fire!
Pull it off the mainframe for me, will you?
Put the translator into the mainframe, download everything.
Reboot the mainframe.
Regina here. Shuttle 23 just dropped off an engineer to repair our mainframe.
Rip that mainframe!
Searching Red Star mainframe for Knox Technology software. See, because Bruno and I, we sent all of the holograph data straight to the university's mainframe computer.
See, if you don't eat fat, your body's central mainframe goes whoa!
Whoa! See, there's no modem access to the mainframe.
Seems kind of tough on mainframe, though.
Selling diodes and ham radios to mainframe software to this.
Shannon is still into our mainframe.
She was in the mainframe.
She's been in the mainframe and poking around the code repository.
She's not in the
Mainframe.
Sir, I'd like to go back to Earth and input the data I collected from last night's observations into the base's mainframe.
Sir, we're also tracking a security breach in the defense mainframe.
6 months later, you infected the mainframe of Wing Lejeune shipping with a botnet virus that cost them almost...
Smart move embedding God's eye into the mainframe.
So all we have to do is load it anywhere into the credit union mainframe and it'll do the rest. So all we have to do is load it anywhere into the credit union mainframe and it'll do the rest.
So, I'm inside Penguin Match's mainframe.
So, is this...
The mainframe, yes.
So shut your bones of silicone, jump in the mainframe instead.
So this is the mainframe.
So when I was escaping the doctor in his facility, but before I made it down to the basement mainframe, I stumbled across something.
So you think if we get to the mainframe, get the system back online?
So you're live updating to a mainframe with a unique ID?
Someone's hacking the mainframe from the outside.
Someone's tampering with the POTUS mainframe.
Soteria's mainframe monitors you 24/7 with cameras and the latest infrared technology.
Super Minis, 300 dedicated phone lines, give them direct admin access to the mainframe.
Thanks to you, I'm uploading into the ship's mainframe.
They are fully integrated into our computers and the mainframe.
That baby will link you directly to our mainframe.
That is, until 2 months ago, when an industrious individual or individuals broke into the NASA mainframe.
That mainframe in there, our job is to fill it up.
That, my chubby friend, is a supercomputer beam.
Pulse forces the circuit breaker to shut down our mainframe for 30 seconds.
They've reprogrammed your brain to hack into the CIA mainframe at Langley.
That will slow down the mainframe meltdown. That will slow down the mainframe meltdown.
That would take some sort of super mainframe computer.
That's a mainframe 7200 IBM.
That's the mainframe?
What's your next job after the mainframe?
The AI is in the control room mainframe.
The algorithm's probably on the mainframe. The bracelets catch the thoughts of all greats and transmit them here to the mainframe for analysis.
The cannons are down, and the dish's mainframe is overheating.
The Church of the Papal Mainframe apologizes for your death.
The codes are in Scotland Yard's mainframe.
The configuration of the artificial intelligence circuits of the Los Angeles mainframe allow for only one Liana to exist at a time.
The CPU core quota of every mainframe in Washington couldn't handle all that data.
The dialing computer is isolated from the base mainframe.
The face of Bo wired himself into the mainframe.
The guys downstairs are patching phone lines in the mainframe through to us.
The high school mainframe is like 80s technology.
The leader of every ship is given codes to Zion's mainframe computer.
The machine mainframe.
The mainframe?
The mainframe.
The mainframe.
The mainframe has already set in motion the creation of a malicious universal reality formatter.
The mainframe is accessible only through an airless antechamber, a surveillance-monitored clean room.
The mainframe is in Daly City.
The mainframe is out of the coolant! The mainframe is still down.
The mainframe is the server hosting all realities.
The mainframe will be totally isolated in less than 2 minutes.
The mainframe will throw up a random series of trades from the past 6 months.
The only way they can get the new code is to hack back into the DC mainframe.
The only way to reactivate the tank is through the mainframe of the Los Angeles grid.
The only way to shut down the program is by directly tapping into the mainframe on level 2.
The ship's mainframe?
The traders wiped the FarmCom mainframe.
The university's mainframe computer weighs 2.5 tons.
Then she is given the access code to the computer mainframe.
There is a left wing on the backside of the mainframe.
There is a vast amount of vital intelligence on that mainframe.
There may be a way to repair the mainframe.
There's the mainframe, just behind that door.
These safe houses are all linked together on one mainframe with motion sensors revealing which ones are active.
The Algo Netty Night, Bertha and Leopold hack into the mainframe where we find Jade, Duke, and the others are being held.
Can't hear you, mainframe.
They don't need Josh and mainframe to get them tablets.
They were able to access our defense mainframe via that satellite.
They would want somebody in Cathedral's mainframe in order to set traps and to overwrite any programs, just to make sure that this doesn't happen again, right?
They've only nosed up the mainframe couplet, nosed it right up. They've taken a person and they've wired him into the mainframe.
This explains how it managed to disappear off the mainframe.
This is the mainframe. This isn't the mainframe. This mainframe.
This mainframe needs a new memory stick a hell of a lot more than once a quarter.
The system is logging into the Global Tech mainframe, sir.
3 days ago, they attacked the mainframe itself.
Cut the auxiliary power to the internal mainframe.
2 surf nerds downloading soon into your mainframe.
Until they build a new mainframe.
Using an RX modulator, I might be able to conduct a mainframe cell direct and hack the uplink to the download.
Using your existing mainframe for time sharing, there's no cost to you.
We are NPCs created by the mainframe.
We bring mutiny to the mainframe.
We can either search this whole goddamn island, or we can go straight to the mainframe.
We can get our own mainframe.
We can get to the mainframe from there.
We can pinpoint power surges, but if you can get us access to the DoD satellites in a big enough mainframe...
We have a complete mainframe meltdown.
We have sensitive business transactions running on our mainframe.
We have to shut down the mainframe.
I haven't been able to access the mainframe downtown.
We lease our mainframe space in our network during off hours to third-party businesses who need a larger, more powerful network.
We modified their mainframe with a development based upon filtering the power supply using the Pi network.
We must upload the commie to the demagogue's mainframe.
We need to load it into the base mainframe.
We should have waited to schedule the celebration of a working mainframe until the mainframe...
We're gonna find a mainframe.
We're in the mainframe now. We're not getting off this island until we get to the mainframe and reboot the system.
We're running a virus scan and purging the entire mainframe, but it's a long process.
We've sprayed around the base computer mainframe with a sort of pesticide, but it hasn't even slowed the organism down.
Welcome to the Church of the Papal Mainframe.
Welcome to VSI Mainframe.
Well, all we need is a mainframe computer.
Wow. If we're gonna find out, you need to get to the bridge and upload me to the ship's mainframe. Well, in cases like these, you always want to see, so we put security on a separate circuit on the internal mainframe.
Mainframe hasn't been quite as fast.
Well, my dad said that somebody from town keeps trying to hack into the Mount Hideaway mainframe, and...
Naturally, he assumed it was me.
Well, then give me the mainframe and let me prove it.
Well, this will take a complete shutdown of all systems on base connected to the mainframe, followed by a low-level format of all drives.
Well, yeah, but not without accessing the satellite computer mainframe.
Well, you can run a speed doubler on your home PC, Jim, but we're talking about millions of dollars worth of mainframe hardware.
The same. West Group's got a brand spanking new IBM 3090 mainframe still in beta at headquarters downtown.
What did you find out about the mainframe?
What's the mainframe?
What's the mainframe? When we upload the virus and access the master account, we have to do it from a Custodes mainframe terminal.
Where is the mainframe?
Where's the mainframe?
Where's the mainframe?
Wherever he is, he somehow just accessed the mainframe.
Which interfaces with the mainframe through some kind of an uplink.
Mainframe. While Parker was accessing the lab security mainframe for bypasses, we saw records of who gained entry in the last 24 hours. While Parker was accessing the lab security mainframe for bypasses, we saw records of who gained entry in the last 24 hours.
Who's locked you out of the mainframe?
Whoa. How'd you end up logging into the mainframe?
Why do you think I let you in my mainframe?
Why don't you go input on the mainframe and I'll call a guy to get down here.
Yeah. Will, I need you to hack into the security mainframe and buy me a 10-minute shutdown of operation systems.
Will, she sees my GPA after my cousin hacks into the mainframe.
Without a proper system shutdown, it'll zap the entire mainframe.
Woody, can you, put a computer hack on the mainframe?
Yeah, someone hacked into the mainframe and edited the code to make the page look older than it is.
Yeah, that's the mainframe. One.
Yen enters the mainframe room.
You can access the mainframe by remote.
You can remotely access the mainframe and have your...
No, I'd like to hear it.
You can't have a mainframe in your dorm.
Actually, there's no rule against it. I can't have a candle, a microwave, a hot plate, a coffee maker, a toaster, or a waterbed, but there's nothing against a mainframe.
You couldn't get into the mainframe?
You did that and almost took down the entire mainframe.
You do not have authority to remove the mainframe panels from the coolant.
You don't have access to the hospital's mainframe.
You fire into that mainframe, Ripley will think she's being attacked and start launching missiles.
You guys know I can hear everything you say down in the mainframe room.
You have to insert it manually at the core of the mainframe. You knew I wanted access to the defense mainframe. You know, hacking the mainframe, as the expression goes?
You made the entire 3DS mainframe universe possible.
You mean they hacked into the mainframe and deleted it from the secure database?
You mean you guys don't have a mainframe? Or a data terminal?
You own 25%, and Clark Computers owns 10% for buying the mainframe.
You probably just signaled 4,000 NSA mainframe computers to this location.
You said you'd get here and map a mainframe to help me.
You're a mainframe software engineer.
You're gonna hack into the mainframe, you're gonna retrieve all the recent shipping manifests. You're gonna run that against the mainframe for me, okay?
Got it.
Mike.
You're allowed to touch the mainframe.
Telling me they tapped into the police mainframe?
You're the one who let the Cylons into the defense mainframe. You're the one who let the Cylons into the defense mainframe.